You know, I don't know if anybody has this problem that I have. Haven't spoke to my ex-husband in 30 years, basically. So my son decides, he's 37 years old. He's going to go see his dad. So now his dad has flipped everything around, saying that everything that happened was my fault and that I was the one that did it, and I've lied to him his entire life. Well, my dad always told me if you're going to do something, do it legal. So I've decided I'm going to go get a DVP against him, his wife, and his sister because they threatened to punch me in the face, as she said. So, yeah, she can take the first swing, but I guarantee you she'll be breathing through a tube after she does because I ain't going to tolerate it. He has ruined my life for the last time. I have had bad relationships, trust issues. I got PTSD. I've not had a good relationship at all in my life, I don't think. And I try to do good. I really do. I try to help anybody that needs it. I give them the shirt off my back, and everybody knows that. Everybody that knows me knows that I am not a liar. I pride myself on not lying to my kids, to my grandkids, to my great grandkids, to anybody that talks to me. I'm not going to lie about something. I mean, why? When you lie, it snowballs into something that, just gets bigger and bigger and it's out of control. So I would rather just go ahead and say the truth than to lie. I mean, the truth may hurt, but the lie would hurt a lot more later on when you found out about it. So I don't do that. And everybody that knows me knows that. But he gave me, I'm putting this out there, he gave me 17 concussions, 2 fractured eye sockets, fractured jaw, dislocated my neck, left me in a bathtub for dead, didn't feed me, give me water or anything. I was in a bathtub full of water with no electric, no fan, in 125, 130 degree heat in Houston, Texas, in an apartment. Actually, I think that one was in Pasadena. Then we moved into a trailer because we got kicked out. He wouldn't pay the rent. He was making $3,000 a week, and our rent was $400 a month, all utilities paid. Well, it seems he didn't have the money to do that because he had another family that he was living with besides his own family. He was living a double life. And I was little Miss Susie Homemaker back then with 2 little kids running around. I made sure everything was clean. I mean, everything. He says I never cleaned or cooked or anything. And I was getting up at 4:30 every morning, cooking him a full breakfast that was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, everything on a menu that you could possibly imagine. Giving him double lunches and making sure that when he got home, he had a hot supper on the table and he had clean clothes laid out. And he had I run his bath water for him. And I know there's not too many women out there that do that, but I did. And then he comes home one day and finds a dirty ashtray on the coffee table and says, I've never cleaned anything all day. So he proceeds to grab a can of Comet and fling it all over the kitchen. And he grabs me by the hair of the head and he drags me in there and he pushes me down on the floor and he says, now you clean it. I lived 1,000 miles away from home. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have hardly any friends because I was too afraid to go out because I've heard just horror stories, everywhere you go about something happening to somebody. So I made friends with my next door neighbor, and she knows. She lived right next door. She heard it. People below us heard it. The manager at the apartment complex knew about it. And I was going to try to contact them for some records, but turns out the landlord at the apartment complex where we lived in, he shot his wife in the head and then he shot himself. So I believe all those records are sealed. I can't get to those anymore, I'm pretty sure. And then he had like 7 counts put on him for child abuse, neglect, assault and battery, I mean, attempted murder. You know, he never got picked up for any of that. And he's living not far from me. He's running an escort service, covering it up with a cattle farm. He doesn't think anybody knows about it, but he ain't fooling nobody. Even the police know about it. They got a warrant for his arrest in the next county. They're just waiting to pick him up. He won't leave his place because he knows. He knows. And he's telling everybody that I did this and I did that. And, you know, he doesn't want his new wife to know what type of a monster he really is. And, ladies, if you got a man out there that treats you like gold, you hang on to him. You hang on to him tight. Because the first time your husband degrades you, puts you down, hits you in the face, bashes your head in, honey, it's time to go. It's time to go. Because nothing's worth losing a life over from stupidity. And I just love it when he called me hog bitch. I thought that was the funniest thing. Said the pictures in my Facebook weren't me, and I'm the one that took the pictures of myself, so if it's not me, I'd like to know who in the hell it was. He thinks I'm stupid. He thinks I'm naive. You know, I'm suffering with PTSD, trust issues, all this shit, and it's all because of him. He's ruined my entire life. And I will not tolerate him doing this to me again. Now he's trying to get my son turned against me because he doesn't know who to believe, his dad now or me. So 2 days ago, he went out to see his dad. The very next morning at 7:30, I got a nasty private message from him stating that I lied about everything. I was feeding him a load of shit. I stole jewelry out of his family's home, and his sister was going to punch me in the face. And so I'm going to go get DVPs on all 3 of them. I'm not tolerating this for a minute. My dad always told me, if you're going to do it legal. That's what I'm going to do. So, if anybody sees this, say a little prayer for me. I'll be back soon. Thanks for listening. Peace.